Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pocono Race review, or the Beef Fest 400. Because my God, there was a ton of beef today. It was a pretty wild race, to be honest. Tons of beef. I mean, we had a helmet thrown. Um, Hamlin got booed to levels I don't think we've seen since the Chase Elliott incident. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about today, so I want to kind of get straight into this one because this one might be a little longer than normal. But yeah, race started off. Then we had the early caution for the 15 car. Don't know who was driving. It's probably JJ Yaley, probably. And then after that, we went to stage one caution, and then had like the splitting strategies of come in, don't come in, right before the stage end. And then we had the flurry of cautions at the beginning of stage two, where getting through turn one was very difficult. It was pretty comical, but the first one was the Joey Logano Suarez crash. Reddick had a weird move, and then when Logano was kind of there, they kind of touched bumpers, spun Logano out, and then in the chaos of trying to avoid that, um, Suarez got spun out, and that was a big hit to his playoff hopes. He's gonna need a lot. I think he's gonna need some help at this point, but there's still a lot of racing left. 5 races to go, I believe. So we'll see how it ends up in the end. Yeah, I think, but things can swing on their heads very quickly. So, we'll get into my thoughts of what the playoffs are in a couple and near the end of this. But then after that, we had the three get spun out by BJ McLeod, which was kind of funny. To be honest, it's like BJ being in like the main pack of the race and spinning someone out was kind of funny. And then we had the incident. The next one was the Bell was pushing Larson into turn one and pushed him too far in and just spun him out. Luckily for Larson, he did not get any damage. So that was pretty big for him. And then those cautions made up interesting strategy game throughout that stage because people like Eric Jones, Harvick, and I forget, those were the two that are popping in my head right now. Larson as well, because he spun out. They had a better field situation, so they went really late into the stage and pitted. I think Eric and Harvick pitted like 5 or 4 to go, and they were just going to stay out the stage break and get track position back, which they did. Larson got kind of snake bit because Bell spun out, causing the caution. Yeah, Larson won the stage and got to pit road on fumes, but he lost a lot of track position. But he did find his way back to the front due to a strategy call during stage three, which it was pretty interesting. There was very little tire fall off today. It was less than a second throughout an entire run, which is not good overall for racing. But there's a lot of varying strategies of taking 4 tires. Larson took 2. Hamlin took 2. Truex took 4 when he was in the lead. He lost the lead because of it and couldn't get by the 2 tires. The dirty air was just too much. So then we had the but before that, actually, I forgot we got to talk about the first beef of the 3 wide incident into turn one. Austin Dillon and Tyler Reddick. Kind of just looked like Austin Dillon wrecked himself, and he decided, hey, okay, I'm just gonna start wrecking people. Decided to throw a helmet, which was funny. And it wasn't even close. He threw it like right at the ground, and not even the right direction. It was pretty embarrassing on that part. But yeah, that was pretty hilarious, to be honest, because it's like Austin Dillon showing a big fit when he wrecked himself, I believe. So not much to say about that. And then kind of funny, after the Austin Dillon thing saying he needs to wreck people, his brother decides to wreck Chase Briscoe for some reason. So they might not have friends, but they do have family. And then the next restart was Hamlin packed air under Bowman, I believe, and Bowman lost it. Nothing Hamlin did wrong there. Then we're really going to get into this next part, which is going to be the big discussion point of the race of the Hamlin Hamlin's move on Larson. It's a move that we've been seeing a lot more common these days in NASCAR. It's basically the I'm taking this corner. It's your choice to wreck yourself or lift. So Larson didn't get through one particularly good, and Hamlin got a run and just kept in it and basically said, "You're going to hit the wall or you're going to lift." Larson elected to hit the wall. I don't like this move. I think it's a pretty cheap move, but hard because there's nothing against the rules against it. And I don't know. I think it's a pretty cheap shot that people do. And like Larson's done this move before quite a few times. A lot of drivers are still doing this. Basically just run them up the track, and if they don't lift, they wreck or they lift. It's a pretty I don't like this move. It is what it is, though. I mean, it's kind of the nature of the beast until something changes. I mean, NASCAR isn't really one to intervene unless it's really blatant and really bad. Yeah, so Larson got walled. There was a big scrum into turn 2 because of it. They all went to like the apron and stuff. It was pretty funny. If Harvick actually just stayed high, he probably passes everyone because they're all pointing around on the bottom, but that's besides the point. I don't necessarily feel that bad for Larson because he's done this move before to people, and he's done some really dumb things the last couple of years. But it is a very cheap shot from Hamlin to do it. It's basically the same thing that he did to Ross Chastain last year, but Ross Chastain fully deserved it last year. I don't think anyone's going to disagree on that, but it was pretty uncalled for. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's up to Larson now to decide how he wants to handle it in the future. Will he pay him back? I don't know. We're kind of in this weird spot, right, where we don't know how to approach things because of the Hamlin penalty earlier this year from Phoenix. But yeah, I don't know. It is one of those situations where this is kind of where NASCAR's heading, and the whole lack of respect thing is becoming more and more true. So I don't know. And then Hamlin went on to win the race. Now we have to talk about the last caution. What they should have done. This was definitely an interesting call. Ryan Preece spun out or got spun out. I'm not entirely sure. Judging by Twitter, it seems like Corey LaJoie spun him out. NASCAR didn't throw the caution. This was in the tunnel turn. And they decided not to throw the caution because I guess they thought Preece was going to roll, but he never did. So when they got near the tunnel turn, they had to throw a caution. Should they have thrown a caution the instant it happened? I think they could have waited a little bit, but they definitely should have thrown it before the white flag. Obviously, once they were down the backstretch, they had to throw the caution. You can't have the field running through the tunnel turn with the car on the track stalled. So in that aspect, it's right, but the should they have thrown a caution before the hand? Probably. It's one of those scenarios where if Preece did get rolling, we wouldn't have this conversation. So yeah, NASCAR probably should have thrown the caution. I'm honestly shocked they didn't, because usually NASCAR is like, I'm ready to throw the caution at any chance to get. We need to get restarts. We need chaos. Yeah, so that's that. That's how the race ended, under caution, controversially. But yeah, Hamlin came through with the win. We'll see if he actually gets to keep it this year, because he won it last year. And yeah, and I'm actually watching this Twitter clip. It looks like Ryan Preece was like punching LaJoie in his car, so that's pretty funny. But yeah, we had tons of beef unimaginable amounts of beef today. So yeah, it was an action-packed race. The racing overall, I don't know if it was that good, just because it seemed extremely hard to pass. Definitely the tire fall off was a huge problem. There wasn't a lot of it, so that's something that needs to be looked into for next time as well. So yeah, top 10 was Hamlin, Reddick, Truex, Harvick, Ty Gibbs round out your top 5. Bell 6th. The Toyotas were extremely fast today. Stenhouse 7th, Harrison Burton 8th. Eric Jones 9th. As an Eric Jones fan, I'm really happy that they're starting to turn the season around. And then Chase Elliott rounds out the top 10. Still not good enough from Chase Elliott to make the playoffs. I'm in the camp that he needs to win a race, especially at this point. So, to be frank, I don't think he's got the speed to do it. But yeah, playoff grid. Michael McDowell's in by like 20 now, 20, 23, something like that. And Bubba's about 10 points better than that. Bubba had a huge day with points. Got a little bit of a cushion, but he definitely needs to get a bigger cushion because 2 road courses, not his forte. Especially with the 2 people directly behind him, McDowell, who's 16th in points, and Allmendinger, 2 road course ringers, and Suarez, also a good road racer, and Ty Gibbs is also a good road racer. So all the people he's fighting are all good road racers, and there's 2 coming up. So I think Bubba needs 2 big weeks coming up at Richmond and Michigan. But still a lot of racing to go. Yeah, a lot of racing to go. A lot can happen. Who knows? Honestly, how it stands right now, I do think it's going to be Bubba and McDowell that make it. Under the assumption there's not a new winner, because Daytona's Daytona, anything can happen, I think. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. It was a crazy race, controversy, beef. We'd love to see it. The racing overall wasn't too good, I don't think, but it was still a very entertaining race. I'd probably give like an 8 out of 10. And the strategy was also very interesting. That helped a lot as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. It was a very entertaining race, and I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on it. And we will see you next week after Richmond, which may be good, may be bad. Who knows? All I know is that there'll be a lot of tire fall off and tire strategy. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.